Hey Capricorn, welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth, I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader and fellow Capricorn, and this, my darlings, is your weekly pulse for the 24th to the 30th of March. Now this is my contribution to the international effort to raise the vibration of us all and to help us to navigate this really sort of challenging time. So we're going to pick 6 cards today for this week. Including love and our meditation moment. Like, where should we be focusing our meditation this week, for example? So I'll tell you as we go what each of the cards represents. But I've already shuffled and meditated. Okay, I'll do a little bit more now, and then we'll get started on the reading. Okay, my darlings, card at the base of the reading is the Four of Wands. Interesting, because that card fell out when I was shuffling before I turned the camera on. So there you go. We've got the Four of Wands. Now, the card at the base of the reading is the perspective, really, that we need to see this week through, this time period through. And for us, it's the Four of Wands. Now, fours in astrology are linked to our families, where we're from, our roots, where we come from, our, hang on, let me show you. That's 5th house, darling. There we go. Our home, property, family life, place of birth, etc. So it's based on all these areas, all these properties. And the wand energy is linked to our life force, our chi, our ki, okay? The thing that literally moves us and animates us. That's what our that's what wand energy represents, and that's what it is linked to. Now, with the Four of Wands, we call this the marriage card, because this is saying then, basically, isn't it, that energy, and we have security. So it suggests, that's why we call it the marriage card, because the thing that we love, the thing that we're passionate about, the things that we need to feel good, to feel happy, we have those things. We have what we need to feel good, to feel happy, to feel secure, which is really good, isn't it? So that's really saying that for us, we are loved this week. We should be feeling loved this week. We should be feeling like we have everything that we need currently now in order to feel secure. So that's a really good solidifying card to have right at the beginning of the reading. So let's look at the first 3 energies then. So we've got our motivating factor. Wow. So what's moving us, what's motivating us this week? And that's the Ace of Wands. Second energy, our experiences. So what we're encountering this week. And then finally, in the third row, we've got our understanding, which is our soul lesson, or our karmic, our soul message, or our karmic message for this week. Okay, so we start with these lots of wands. Okay, so it's lots of energy. Wand energy, as I said, your life force, your chi, your ki. It's a thing that when you feel, if you've ever felt, of course, you felt excitement, if you felt trepidation, if you felt nervousness, that is really wand energy. That's you really feeling wand energy, what this energy represents. And the Ace of Wands is number 1. It's the beginning, isn't it? It's interesting because we've got the 1 and the 4, and then we've got the 5. So we've got lots of wands, haven't we? We've got a lot of wands going on this week for us. But that means a lot of energy, feeling energized, feeling that you've got a lot of energy, feeling that you can just go. It's about a new start, new beginning. So for me, these are brand new readings that I'm doing. I've never done weekly pulses before. I've decided to do them because this is my contribution, as I said, to the world effort. In my little way, my key wisdom way. You might be doing something else as well. You might be doing something that something new in your life this week. You will be doing. In fact, we're all doing something new in our life this week. Let's not pretend. You know what I mean? We're all doing something new. But this is, again, we feel energized. We feel we've got the energy to do it. We've got the energy to strike forward. And actually, this is a card of auspicious circumstances. This is a card of luck and of fortune, of good luck and of good fortune. So maybe if you keep going this week and you keep working this week, who knows what fortunes you could be creating. Who knows what blessings you could be bringing towards you by the energy that you're expending this week. Okay, so second, we've got what we are experiencing this week. So your experience of what you're encountering this week, and we've got some sword energy here. Now, sword energy is linked to our thoughts and our minds and our awareness, our clarity, our logical selves, our acuity, you know, our ability to be clear, both in our thoughts and in our words, in how we communicate with others. And this number 2 is about our commitments. It's about commitments, darlings. It's about commitments. It's about being committed. Oh, hello, Tiny. It's about being committed to a way of thinking, being committed to a way of doing, being committed to a way of seeing a certain situation. That's what this card represents. There's also an element here, though, of knowing that maybe you want to do something differently, or you want to shift your perspective. There's also a knowing with this energy, but also we're not actually doing that. We might be thinking that we want to do it. We might be thinking about reaching out or whatever, I don't know, reaching out to somebody or whatever it is for you as an individual, but it's not something we're necessarily acting on. But that's because we are, it's not about being stuck, but your perspective is fixed on in a certain, when it comes to something specific in your life, you've got a fixed perspective on something. That's what you're encountering. So it's interesting, you know, you might think of, I know what this is for me. In fact, you will, to be fair, you'll know what that is for you as well. You will know what that means for you. You will understand, because I know what it is for me. There's no point in using that example because you never know who's watching. Right, next energy. This is our karmic message this week, our soul message. And we know that number 5s relate to change. We know that number 5s are about where we apply and our power. We know that number 5 is also about our communication as well, and about our expression and our truth. And the wand energy, I've explained what that is about, that instinctive or instinctual response, that thing that moves us and animates us. So this is about there being a change in that. You know, you feel a certain way, you want to do things a certain way, but that is something that is changing. It's as if well, I mean, I feel like I'm in isolation. I know what's going on in the world, you know, obviously, but I'm like, it's funny because the cards, I don't think of it like that. But then obviously when I say what the cards mean, I'm like, oh my God, that is actually what's going on in the world. What is happening is that we are learning, coming into awareness that within us, within myself, within yourself, within ourselves, we are feeling differently. We are beginning to change. We are beginning to go into new territory within ourselves. And so the 5 of Wands can create, you know, it's really inner conflict, really. But those changes permeate outside of ourselves as well. So sometimes when we lack understanding, when I'm not sure if I don't know what I'm feeling, and you're asking me a question about the potatoes, I will shout at you because I am focused on what I'm focused on this, what I'm feeling within me, this that I can't really put my finger on. So this is why we say sometimes this can create conflict externally, but it doesn't necessarily have to create conflict externally. It's always always about your internal, engaging with those internal shifts, how you're changing internally, what you're feeling differently. You're being maybe pulled in different directions, or you're going into, the way that I've got to describe it is, as I've described, into new territory. It's as if you're encountering new territory within yourself. I've never felt this before. I've never thought that before. I've never experienced that before. I'm not sure what that means. You're going into new territory within yourself, which is obviously you're expanding, but those changes which start from within, they permeate on the outside of us as well. So that can be conflict for other people, as in if you live in close proximity with people. I mean, everyone's going through conflict this week, aren't they? Let's face it. First week with kids off school for UK, so everyone's going through conflict this week. But it's about, you know, again, what I'm trying to get at this week is for us to, and I've seen the theme really throughout the readings that I've done so far, the theme seems to be we're waking up to the realities, the sobering realities of our new normal. Some of us are claiming claiming that as an opportunity to move in different ways, to do things differently. But all of us are going to be confronting some the things that we are always too distracted to engage with. All of us will be starting to confront some of those things, and that's a real positive, because again, it's that helps us to grow and to expand. Because what do we always say, Capricorn? If you don't know, you can't grow. So we are changing and shifting and moving. So let's move on to our second week. Not second week, our second row. So we've got here love. I love potential. I love lesson. This fell out also. Something we don't know. Something we don't know, potentially. Okay. This card is the power, the challenge. This is the revelation. So we're going to get to find out. I know this is judgment because it's got a little... I'm not a psychic like that. Sometimes I was doing that the other day. I was shuffling the cards and I was like, and I was asking for myself. I was doing a reading for myself and I was like, you know, what is this universe? I said, I'm like, what is this universe? I'm like, I know what it is. I said, you're going to show me the devil, aren't you? And I picked the card up and guess what it was? It was the devil energy. So sometimes I can do that, but not, anyway, judgment. And then the tower. Wow. Okay. So we have the moon card in this position. This is a love potential or love lesson for this week. Okay. So this could be, I'll just mention Pisces first of all, blah, 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 it's out the way, Pisces, okay? So some people could be thinking about Pisces. To be fair, Pisces could be thinking about you, because in this position, how I've written this spread, I've said, this is, if someone else is thinking about you, what are they thinking? So if someone else is thinking about you, it's a Pisces. What are they thinking? They don't know what to think, what to make of you, what to make of what's going on for you. And this is, as I said, love lessons and love potential. So, you know, if there's somebody that you're separated from, you know, there could be that. Bless. There's a real you've got a real connection with somebody though. You really do have a connection with somebody, an energetic connection with somebody. So even if you're not with them physically, you know, you can't be with them physically, you do have it's real, the connection that you have with this person. So you are connected to each other energetically almost. It's like, you know, in your dreams, or you will be, I don't know, cleaning I don't know, doing whatever you're doing, and you'll think about this person, and at that moment they'll think about you, and you'll be like, oh, I wonder if they're thinking about me, and they are thinking about you at that moment. And there's no way of proving that. Obviously I can't prove that to you, but this is the sense of what I'm feeling. I feel there's a connection between you and somebody else, Capricorn, and that you're aware of that connection and they are aware of that connection, even though you're separate. And I feel like there's, for some of you, you're separate from, I mean, we know this, I know what's going on in the world, obviously, but there's definitely, we're in separation from some people, and some people that we love. And this is a time where we're going to be thinking, aren't we? If you think about it, we're all on our own, or we're isolated, we're not going to work. So our mind is going to wander to those old relationships, or those people that we let go, or what is my ex-partner doing, or whatever. So we have that, and there's a real connection between you and somebody else. Now, I said there's an unknown, and this is what is going to be known, and it's going to be something that shatters or changes things. We have judgment, and we've got the tower. I'll look at, obviously, judgment first. So judgment in this position is about the challenge. The challenge is knowing. The challenge is what is to be revealed. It might be that somebody does come back to you, or that you have a revelation, but with this ex-partner or whatever. But with judgment energy, this is about coming into awareness that absolutely transforms how you see yourself, how you see a situation. This is coming into information that absolutely transforms how you view your life, your relationships, your love, whatever it is. So whatever it is for you as an individual. So this could be, I suppose, on a big scale, you know, on a world scale. You know, this could be, you know, I'm in the UK right now, and, you know, we know you've all been watching the news, so you all know, you know, how it's been affecting the individual countries and the individual communities around the world, the coronavirus, and so on a big scale, the judgment energy could be information that we're given by the government, for example, excuse me, that changes how we think or how we see or perceive the situation that's going on, or how things are unfolding for us. But on a macro level, on a personal, individual level, this could be, this time that we have, the space that we all have right now, helps us to engage further with ourselves, with our intuitive selves, with our emotional selves, but also with, as I said, the people that we're separated from. So it could be messages coming through maybe from another person, a person that you're separated from, that really shakes things up for you, that really, you're like, wow, I did not know that, I didn't see that coming, I didn't think that would happen. Wow. And to be fair, it could be something very, very nice. I mean, I don't know what it is. It's going to be something different for everybody. But really, again, this week, we're all about engaging with our awareness. We're all about engaging with how we are responding to what's happening. That's what these weekly pulses really are about. So this is the last card. In this position, what I've said is this is what I want you to be considering this week in meditation. So in meditation this week, when you're having your mindful moments, make some quiet time each day, even if it's just for 5 minutes or so, and just reflect, consider, and think over how this message can help you to find peace, and how this message can help you to find reassurance. So this is, okay, things are changing quick, things have changed fast. This is a sudden event that obviously changes everything up, but it's for our good and for our benefit, right? We know this with the Tower card. In your mindful moments, in your quiet moments, in your 5 minutes when you wake up in the morning and you stay in bed and you just have that moment of meditation, you breathe in, how is this change affecting me? How is this disruption affecting me? How am I responding to it? That's what I want you to connect with. Because I know for me personally, I've done nothing but watch news. I've been in bed watching news. I've been so, because I always say to you guys, I have to experience the energies. I can't avoid what I feel. I have to engage with what I feel all the time, even at a time which is so difficult and very overwhelming, as you can imagine, as it is for everybody. So but what I want us all to do is to try to make a space in our day for ourselves, for us to reflect. And for us, the message is the Tower. It's, how is this disruption? How is these sudden changes, which are ultimately for our benefit? That's what they're ultimately blessings. The Tower is always a blessing. Always. How am I responding to it? That's what we need to be considering this week. We can gain so much from this, so much awareness, so much expansion, so much healing from reflecting on that this week in meditation. Okay, my darlings, I hope you liked that reading, Capricorn. I did, actually. It was very nice, wasn't it? I feel reassured by it, actually. I feel like we're going to be all right. We are going to be all right. We all know that we're going to be okay. But I feel like, again, it's really about facing it, looking at it, responding to how we feel. And for us, it's the changes, the sudden change. As I said, for me, I told you how I reacted. I just froze basically for 2 weeks. I couldn't. It was just too much coming at me. It was just overwhelming. But we need to take. I do take space and take. I even stopped meditating for a couple of days, and I meditate since 2013. I've meditated every single day of my life, apart from if I drink alcohol, then there's no point out meditating. And I don't drink that often, to be fair. But yeah, I didn't meditate for a day or two. And anyway, so spend some time in meditation, reflect, respond. How are you responding to it? Reflect on that, because that's the thing that's going to help us ultimately to grow, to expand, and to heal. And to help us to navigate through these weeks and months ahead of us. Okay, my darling Capricorns, I hope you like this reading. I will be back with another reading for us all next week. I'm gonna be so exhausted. Check out my Instagram. Oh, go on. Check out my Instagram. This is my Instagram, Keepers and Straw, for extra little stuff and snippets, etc. You can check that out on there. And don't forget the Key Wisdom playlist for everything mindfulness, meditation, Reiki, and tarot. Okay, fellow Capricorns, thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you all again next week with your brand new weekly pulse. Take care, my darlings. Bye.